It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. And of course, this is another Grinnell, Poweshiek County podcast. And about a year ago, I found out about Link Mentoring. And of course, I wasn't sure about Link Mentoring. It's a very interesting organization. And what I found out is it's much like Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And I was involved in Big Brothers in Newton many, many years ago. And my little brother is all grown up now and has a family of his own. And last year, I talked to a couple people involved in Link Mentoring, and they have a big bowling event that happens in April every year. And once again this year, I wanted to do a podcast about Link Mentoring, and so I'm going to refresh your memory and my memory too about what Link Mentoring in Grinnell and Poweshiek County is all about. And once again, they're doing their bowl-a-thon, and so we'll be plugging that and talking about Link Mentoring. It's a great organization. If you're not involved in Link Mentoring, maybe you should consider doing that, whether you are a person who is an older person within the Grinnell community or a Grinnell College student, because it's great to be involved. I've been involved myself, and I found it to be very, very rewarding. So get ready to check out that podcast. Our presenting sponsor for any of these Grinnell area podcasts is Grinnell State Bank, very community involved, wanting you to know what's going on with the movers and shakers around Grinnell, and of course all the nonprofit organizations. And you can get started with an account at Grinnell State Bank if you're not a customer yet. In fact, you can open your accounts in just 15 minutes. Check out their website at Grinnell State Bank. And if you're not sure what you need, check out Simply Banking and open your accounts online or in person at any of their 4 locations. They have financial advisors, loan officers, and insurance agents working under the same roof. You can get in on MasterCard debit cards with no monthly fees on those debit cards too at Grinnell State Bank. If you're not a customer yet, you should check out Grinnell State Bank. And they're not just in Grinnell. They have 3 other locations in Johnston at 5601 Merle Hay Road in Johnston, in Marengo at 1101 Court Avenue in Marengo, and Polk City at 205 East Broadway Street. Check out Grinnell State Bank. Other sponsors for Out and About with Jamie Grout in Grinnell include B. Nicole Salon, right next to the Jewel Box building there, the Grinnell Chamber of Commerce. Stop on in and see Brandy and the crew at B. Nicole Salon, giving away a free haircut every Sunday morning when we do Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast trivia. And St. Rest Coffee House, also in downtown Grinnell, owned by our new mayor in Grinnell, Sam Cox. Stop on in. They not only have great coffee and your mocha latte and whatever kind of drink you might want to have to get yourself going in the morning, but they have those delicious monster cookies, and they give away a half dozen of those yummy monster cookies every Sunday morning too, also with Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast trivia. It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, and this time we're talking about Link Mentoring. And I did a podcast about Link Mentoring last year, and I found out that it's much like the Big Brothers program. And with me once again is Francesca Cunningham, and new to the podcast is Sandy Mata. And it is a great mentoring program, and you have a bowling event coming up, but it's a ways off. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But tell us how it is like Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Francesca.
Well, originally here in Grinnell, we had a Big Brothers, Big Sister program. And after several years, we decided that we could use a lot of the evidence-based practices that Big Brothers Big Sisters uses, but create a local program that reflected our community while still ensuring the same safety to all of our participants and all the benefits that mentoring provides.
Maybe you could tell me what a match looks like and what is the difference between community-based and a school-based type program.
So currently in our program, all matches are school-based. And so the mentor sees their mentee, their child, in the school system once a week, usually over lunch and recess. And currently we have about 40 we have closer to 30 matches right now. Typically, we think of our program as having 40 matches in it at any given time, because of the disruption in the school system right now with our projected building of a new school. Space is kind of at a premium in the schools right now, and so we are a little bit smaller than we normally would be.
Okay, and Sandy Mata is with us, and maybe you could tell us, Sandy, a little bit about the primary benefits for the littles involved.
Okay. They meet together once a week during the lunch, and this provides a positive role model for a child. They might play games, they might shoot baskets, they're eating lunch together, they're talking. And this is a consistent adult that meets with them once a week and just provides them that additional support and a friend that they can count on getting together with every week.
That's fantastic. Now, how are the matches made to ensure compatibility?
We have a pretty extensive interview process that we go through with both the mentors and the children, the mentees. Background checks, references, safety is a big priority in our program, so we do spend time doing that. And then we really look for a mentor that maybe has some common interest with the child, and someone that really they can kind of see some common things that they can talk about and do together. So we usually have pretty good luck finding mentors that really meet that criteria for a child.
That's great. And how long do matches typically last? Is there a point in time? I guess it kind of varies, doesn't it?
Well, with the college, because they're here for a definite amount of time, often we try to get them matched as freshmen or second year. And then our hope is that they follow them through the next 2 or 3 years that they're at Grinnell College. And we've had really good luck with that. Now we have community members. We actually work with students K through 8th grade. Mm-hmm. And we have had community members who have been with those kids for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So there is some longevity there. The college kids are great. It's just a shorter time span that we have them.
That's fantastic.
We ask all of our mentors to give a 1-year commitment when they do join the program. So although we have community members, as Sandy said, many of them, once they get started, they love it and they do stay with their child for many, many years. But I don't want that to intimidate anybody. We ask for a 1-year commitment. And then again, most mentors just love it enough that they keep going.
That's great. And we had Bill with us last year.
Yes.
And I can attest, boy, it was very rewarding for him, wasn't it, Francesca?
He always says that he believes he gets more out of it than the child gets. Mm-hmm. But both Sandy and I know some of the little boys that Bill has been matched with over the years, and they get a lot out of it. They love being matched with Bill and seeing him week after week, year after year.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Now, what is the minimum age and requirement for a volunteer to be a BIG?
Well, technically, a BIG needs to be 17 years old. There's some practical considerations here in Grinnell, because of our school schedules. It's difficult for a high schooler, like a senior at Grinnell High School, to be able to commit to seeing a child in the elementary schools weekly. So you do have to be 17 years old, but you also have to have a schedule that allows that weekly commitment.
Okay. And Sandy, what kind of time commitment is expected per month? Can you give us an idea of that?
They're expected to meet with them once a week during their lunch recess period, which normally is around 45 to 50 minutes. And they do usually pick one day that they're going to meet. And that's just for the consistency. And so the child knows, every Tuesday I'm going to see them for, my 45 minutes. If they need to change a day, something comes up, people have conflicts, that's not a problem. But when you look at the month, they're usually meeting with them about 4 times a month.
4 times a month, okay. And we talked a little bit about the screening process and that kind of thing too, but what does a screening and background process involve? Is there paperwork involved? Maybe you can expound on that a little bit,
So,
Francesca.
so an adult who's interested in being in the program submits an application. Once we receive that application, we contact them. We ask for 3 references, and so we take care of sending out those forms to the people that they have listed. And then we call them in and we schedule an interview. It's a casual interview. We're trying to find out what motivates that person, what their life experiences are, the type of child. We're trying to get a feel for the type of child that we think that they would do the best matched with, and then answer any questions that they have about the program. Then we have them sign off so that we can do a series of background checks. We do a background check through the National Sex Offender Registry. We do a couple of state background checks, and then we will do a local background check through the local police department as well.
I know many years ago, Sandy, I was a big brother in Newton, and
really?
My little is all grown up now and has kids of his own, and we did a myriad of different things together. But can you give me an idea what kind of activities that the bigs and littles do together?
Some of it depends a little bit on the age, but a lot of the students enjoy reading books. We have several matches that love doing crafts together. Some I've had students say to me, I just really want to talk and eat lunch with them. So we have games. We provide games and activities for them to do during nice weather. Some of the kids do like to go out with their mentors and shoot baskets, walk around the playground. They never seem to be at a loss for things to do.
Yeah, I know. My little always had ideas. We went fishing together one day. We went to a go-kart track one day.
Wow.
There were just a wide variety of different things that we did. Now, how much money should I expect to spend on a little anyway when we go out on outings?
Well, actually, because it's a school-based program, and you're coming into the school, you're not going to spend any money. It's really, you might say that it's your attention that you're giving to the child, which
Okay.
is priceless, but doesn't cost you any money.
Okay. And what support does Link Mentoring provide to the volunteers once matched after that?
We have match coordinators, and we help oversee the matches, and Francesca mentioned that we have 2 new match coordinators this year, and so they oversee the matches. Link has a board, and we also support our match coordinators through the board, an advisory board. Bill may have talked about that a little bit when he was on here, but we're pretty much, anytime they have a question, we encourage them to call us, text us, help them out any way we can. So we are working alongside them to make sure that they're successful.
Okay. And if there's a parent listening and they're wondering, how could they get their child enrolled in Link Mentoring anyway?
Well, one of the easiest ways to do it is to mention it to the child's teacher. And then the teacher can get a hold of one of the mentor coordinators. But if you like to do email, you can email mentoring at Grinnell.org. And someone will respond to that email and get you an application or answer any questions that you might have about the program.
How does this program complement parenting anyway?
Well, what I would say about that is I was a parent of 4 kids, and I know how busy life gets. You're going in a multitude of different directions. And I always felt as a parent, there's never enough time to give all the attention that you want to give to each of your children individually. So I welcomed any mentors in my children's life. Mentors come, you don't have to have a name tab that says mentor on it. It may be that next door neighbor that just takes a lot of interest in you as a child. It can be a coach. It could be a teacher, someone in your church. And so I think we all hope for positive role models or mentors for our children in their life. This is just a little bit more structured. A structured program allows your children to be matched with one individual that they can kind of call their own, and oftentimes can be matched with a college student, which is a very unique experience as well for a child.
Okay, great. Now, heaven forbid, let's say that you're the big and the little have matched up, but they don't get along, or it's just not a good match for one reason or another. What then?
Well, as Sandy had mentioned, the mentor coordinator is a great resource to help you problem solve, because just like all friendships, all relationships, there are ups and downs. And so they're your first, resource to kind of get through those bumps in the road. But if truly, if something is not going well, then that mentor coordinator will step in and help resolve the issue, if need be, to close the match. That's pretty rare in our program that happens, because mentor coordinators, I feel like they're very skilled at matching an adult with a child where it will be a successful match. Mm-hmm. But over the many years, I've been involved with the program close to 20 years now. Occasionally it happens, but not something for people to be worried about, because, again, that mentor coordinator will be with you and walk with you if there are problems.
Okay, and again, we'll get to the bowling event in just a moment here, but if a parent is listening and missed it, how can they get their child enrolled in Link Mentoring?
They can talk to their teacher or the school and say that they're interested in the program, or they can email us at mentoring@linkgrinnell.org.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let's talk about the bowling event, because I got a flyer in the mail which reminded me, hey, you know what, I got to do a podcast about Link Mentoring and spread the word about it, because it sounds like a fantastic program. And as I mentioned, I was a big brother at one time, and it was very beneficial. And just through happenstance, I ran into my little here a while back, and it was just really nice seeing him and his wife and his child, and it was fantastic. So you have a bowling event coming up, a fundraiser for Link Mentoring, and maybe Sandy, you can expound on that a little bit.
Okay, this is our annual bowling event that we do. It's our fundraiser, and this event supports our program throughout the year. There's a lot of ways you can support the event. Some people like to bowl and they like to have a team. That's one way. We have other people that just want to sponsor, be a lane sponsor, or they'd like to contribute or donate to the program. We have 3 sessions that happen. It's actually this year on Saturday, April 18th. And the first session is 11 to 1, and then we have one from 1:30 to 3:30 and one from 4 to 6. Our hope is to fill up all 10 lanes for each of those sessions, and it's at the Grinnell Bowlodrome. They've always been great about letting us hold our event there. So we're looking for teams, looking for sponsors. I know we have a lot of good bowlers in Grinnell, so hopefully they'll come out and support us with this event.
Sounds like a good time. What the funds raised for this goes toward, of course, Link Mentoring, but what does that provide for?
It provides for the mentor coordinators and the program in general to operate throughout the year. And so the mentor coordinators are in charge of overseeing all the matches. And in addition to that, they do special programs and events with the families and the students. They just had a holiday party at the middle school in November. Now they're talking about doing a movie event. So they do a few outside events throughout the year that this also helps with.
Okay, fantastic. Anything else you two would like to add here before we wrap up?
Well, I'd be negligent if I didn't mention our sponsors for the bowling
Okay,
event.
sounds good.
Platinum sponsors are Green State Credit Union and the Claude and Dally Arns Foundation. And our event sponsors are the Grinnell Herald Register and Total Choice Shipping and Printing. These sponsors underwrite the cost of the event, so that when people donate to the event or sponsor a team for the event, they can be assured that all of their money remains local and goes to the cost of the program itself. The event is covered by these sponsors.
Fantastic. So support Link Mentoring. It's a great program. Thank you very much for joining me today, ladies.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Okay, our interview guests have been Francesca Cunningham and Sandy Mata with the Link Mentoring program in Grinnell. Until next time, out is out. See ya.